hello, here's my next journal entry. To get down here, just now, I came from up there in my room, and to get out of my room I had to come out my door. So far, a ripping story. But here's where it got a little bit curly. When, and this relates to a girly. I had to rhyme. So I opened my door and there was a girl standing there, motionless. And that gave me a fright. I said hello. And she said she was a cleaning girl of some sort. And she said, change towels, you know. And I said, no, thank you. Because my towels didn't need changing. But she was insistent, you know, and she said, change towels, you know, change towels. And I then had a thought, you know. I thought, oh, maybe she's getting paid by the towel or something, you know. And so I said to her, are you being paid to get the towels? And she said, she didn't say "que," because that would have been Manuel from Faulty Towers, but it was like that, you know. I felt like Basil Faulty. And she said, sorry, you know, something like that. And I said, do you get money for coming in and change the towels? And she went, no. She had a frightened look on her face. And then, oh my God. Then I realised how that sounded, and I got a fright. And I said, no. I said, and she was already looking very suspiciously at me. And I said, but then I knew it was too late. The act of denial wouldn't have made it any better. And I went, I'll stand here, I said, and I hopped out of the door. You go in and change the towels, you know. And she did, and she ran. And she grabbed a couple of towels, whatever, and ran around in front of me and around there behind, and back to her little trolley thing around the corner. And it was a scurry. And she grabbed a couple of towels and came back, and wanted something else, and ran back in the room. And this is all happening in front of me, you know, right in front of me. And she's so short, she's way down there. And when she's running, when she's scurrying, she's even shorter. And so she was whizzing in there and whizzed back out, and she was gone. She moved fast. And I felt nothing. I just felt like I'd walked into yet another pickle. Anyway, here we are, back. You know, King and Empire, mentioned in Despatches, this was, yes.